You may remember this tile set. I had the grand idea of downloading or recording rooms as I went, but instead, Jackal Fight. This whole tile set for the Corpus, including this enemy fight, well, it is no more. Because update 28, the Deadlock protocol is here. Oh. Brings new weapons, lots of other stuff. Why is there a previous button here? Oh, because 27.5 is still in the news part. Well, makes sense. Nightwave is still ongoing, but hit continue. And there it is. First off, that's a lie. 54 minutes ago? Yeah. Try 7. Obviously, there is a ton of things to this. The first, of course, Fortuna herself is here. She arc grenades, deploy an artillery unit, yep, turrets, deploy a device that generates 3 pickups, oh, lots of energy, that could be really useful actually, and a temporal anchor. Could all be kind of useful because when you activate it, as you can see from the little video there, you will basically travel back to where you activated this ability. I can see range and such being very useful. Oh, you can actually see it here much better. There's the temporal stuff in the background, and there is a turret just above her right hand, and she's throwing it. Basically, this is... I'm not going to say what I was about to say, actually. There's the turret there. She's kind of like Vauban. Finally, in Warframe, there is a new quest that is a playable quest. I'm not going to begin this right now. I will do this in its own separate thing. I'm hoping tomorrow, but it just depends if I can actually get the time to sit down and do it properly. But, yes, the Deadlock Protocol quest. Finally, a playable quest that is not just a cinematic one like these basically are. With her, you can also get a sandana that looks like it has bells on it. There is the Sidearm, a new weapon. Yay! 1 of 3, actually. Well, 7, if we're being honest about this. But I don't think 4 of them are going to have mastery to it. Hence, I'm just going to refer to it as 3. This is the signature Sidearm of Fortuna. It's automatic. It's got a nice bit of damage to it. It seems to be more on the status side than the crit side. Really have high hopes for this thing, and higher hopes that there's a twin version coming soon. She does come with 2 alternate helmets, not just 1. So you have the normal helmet, the first of the alternate helmets, the Dilemma. I kind of like the back of this because it kind of moves. And then you have the Mav, which I like much better because it reminds me a lot. It's kind of an ash thing going on with the back. And it kind of pays homage, if you will, to her normal helmet. I actually like that one a lot. These will eventually be in Nightwave for those who want to actually build them from a blueprint. There will become a Nightwave reward eventually. Ooh, a new emotional module for Moas. Tenacious. This is because, well, there is a new Moa, or a new Moa head I should say, Garuda's deluxe skin, that looks, honestly, as it starts to rotate round, that did take a bit longer than I was expecting there, not too bad. I like the claws on this over her normal one, and yeah, she just looks so much better there. Like, there's something about that that just makes Garuda look so much better. Back to weapons, however, there is... Oh wow, the blueprint's actually in here. The parts, however, are not. They are in the Granum. You need that currency to buy the parts, don't you? Not actually sure on that, but kind of goes without saying if you have the Granum currencies, and well, this literally says components are hidden in the Granum Void, so That kind of sucks. But full auto has a charge ability. Ooh, that is a lot of damage. That is a lot more for the radial of this. So the charge attack's going to be really good. The full auto. Oh, okay. Maybe that secondary isn't what I'm looking forward to the most. 600 damage. Hope that's really good. Because, well, when it comes to melee, there is, and again, finally, another Gunblade. Oh yes. You kind of can't say, there we go. The Stropha looks really good as well. Wait. Look, oh, there's, it is crit based at 30%. That's really good actually. Has a 1 attack speed, 220 damage. Ooh, that could actually be really good. Same thing sadly though, the components for this, you need to use those Granum currencies. The Granum crowns. This drops from a new enemy called the Treasurer. You encounter them every 2 to 4 minutes in a non-endless mission, every 5 to 8 minutes in an endless mission. There are 3 different tiers to these: the Granum Crown, the Exemplar Granum Crown, and the Zenith, depending upon the level of enemies you actually take. Zenith being 31 plus, Exemplar being 16 to 30, and 0 to 15's just the normal ones. The only problem is, and why I'm in here, you cannot obtain these, you cannot spend these, you cannot get the enemy to spawn until you complete the Deadlock quest. Not to forget, there will be an alert on June 12th to get the glyph. Wow, that actually looks like she's popping out at you with the trail behind her. Live on the respective platforms. This is only out on PC sadly, so this will be run again when it comes out on console, hopefully soon. Sooner rather than later. Then there is the Shy armor set, the chest plate. I seen this and instantly thought, hang on, I've seen that in another game. I remember what it is. I'm not going to say what it is though. Then there is the leg plates, and everything about this, I kind of looked at them and went, they look nice, but that blue just looks wrong. You have to remember the colour of these can be taken off and it just looks wrong because it doesn't quite match the frame that I'm looking at these on. If you imagine them to actually match the colour of your frame and the fact that they move, oh, these will actually look really good. I just think because it shows you them on Nova, they just look out of place. That's all. I actually really like the look of these. And I will admit, it's the little things that always get me about this. The Kuva Flood has had the logo changed just enough that when I came in here I went, ooh, I really want to play that. I really want to play that a lot, actually. You can actually see the changes in the tile set from each and every one of these. Noteworthy before I go any further though, is there is a new Jackal Fight in the sortie that's going to be over 100 for the next week. That's what they said. So there is Jackal. It's actually been there long enough. Some people may have already done this when it happened at reset over near enough 2 hours ago now. But if I had, I'm tempted on doing that to get to that mission. Instead, I think I'm just going to play that mission. But first, Fortuna, of course. You will remember, of course, nothing here is really going to change that much. But there is a new Moapet. As I mentioned earlier, if we come in here and, oh no, you're going to talk to me, aren't you? Because something got reset and now every one of them wants to have the starting conversation and I can't escape it. Which takes us to the Moapet, where we can look at the new parts. You have the model, core, gyro, and brackets. I thought this was a bit weird as well, but that is the whole thing in its entirety. It's all new parts. 4 of them. So you'll have to come here to pick up the blueprints, preview guild it. So gilding it actually gives it less shields. Okay. kind of changes the colour of it as well. That is what it will look like once you have finished this. Expect to see this guy being used by everyone. More importantly, please tell me you have it somewhere. Mastered means it's got to be that one. The Hellstrom. Launches a swarm of micro missiles. That is not what coming to Fortuna is about, though. You come to Fortuna to come here and go, oh, kit guns, the secondaries you can build however you want, and have been able to for absolutely ages. I mean, it's a Catch Moon secondary. Well, Rudezood, what do you have for us now? Let's go with Tome Finger, throw on that one. I think minimum crit chance, probably not. I have no idea, so we'll just throw one on. You have the normal kind of, even though it says primary, this is actually a secondary, whereas the Tremor, that's a primary. That is actually a new primary grip available for kit guns. You can now have kit guns as your primary weapon as well as your secondaries, using either the Tremor, which high damage with recoil. You have the Steady Slam, kind of aiming more towards that one at the moment anyway. The Shrewd, which is also a primary, does look much better on there than it does on there. That just looks really out of place. That actually looks much better just from the appearance side of it. And then there is the Brash. You can see from the description of these, that is a secondary, that is a primary. Oh yes, primary kit guns are now here. There is also kind of noteworthy, if you go in here and go to Railjack, sometimes you will click on one of these missions and it will tell you there's no active missions and basically kick you out, so you have to board your Railjack to actually be able to start any mission here. Yeah, now there's a new button that says join any crew. One thing though, it only works from the terminal. It doesn't work from the Railjack. Another noteworthy change with Nightwave, if you hover over one, or episode 2 came out recently, yesterday, but more importantly, it now only takes 5. That is much easier to get than 10, because those things were a pain when doing the first one, trying to do it. But even better, Cephalite Resonance, 10 of 20. You can only hold 20 of these things max, but now you can see how many you have straight into the reworked Corpus tile set that takes you straight to the Golden Hand. Typical. I don't even think I have the weapons to do this. I know for a fact I don't have the weapons to do this. But, as you can imagine, everything has obviously changed on board these ships. Absolutely everything. Nothing will be the same. Some of the rooms will look similar. Huh. Can I let you out? Oh wow, I can. Oh, it's not working! Why is that not working? Why is it not working? That's not fair. I tried. You gotta give us that one. But, oh, this actually looks really good as we go through this. Okay. I was not expecting such massive changes. Even most of the enemies even look different. And it drops from the ceiling. Oh, no, it comes from the floor. Okay, that's new. That's very new. I'm just going to hide behind here. You obviously want to avoid those. I'm guessing you very much want to avoid those, but I'm going to stand in one anyway. No, it blew up. Wow. Okay. Is it worth trying to scan you? Yes. That's what I was hoping to be able to do there. Jump on. Give him a smack. Shoot him in the legs. I'm so glad there's no edge to this. That sucked. I hated falling off the edge of this. Really? You're going to do that to me now? Can I stand on you? You know somebody's going to try this, so I may as well try first. Ah, it didn't work. Parazon attack. So you're actually using the Parazon on the Jackal. You're not ripping its armor off. And oh, the blueprint for one of the new weapons. As always, link to all of this will be in the description below, including the UI things that have come with this that you can add, the Deadlock UI, then there's the black video screen, there's the loading screen, there's pretty much everything else, as well as some of the changes where you can hover over armor, see them, see the different, well, sell lots of scrap at once, which I'm glad this is now a thing. I've been looking forward to that eventually being added. I do kind of wish there was a way to get rid of your current cover lich. If we jump back into the game here and we go to equipment, orbiter, landing craft, and I'm running the Xiphos because I like the air support, the sentry gun, the turret, really useful. Use it a lot. Now there's nothing wrong with this ship, even though, well, I should say there's nothing wrong with this ship, but there was a skin glitch a long time ago. It's not there now, so my Xiphos now looks like this. You can't really do that, so it's kind of a bad example. But yeah, if you run the Lisette, your air support will be Ordis telling you that he has unlocked all of the stuff using the override, but now it's the sentry gun. Or you can run the Mantis and sentry gun. Or you can run the Skimmer, sentry gun. You can now run any ship you want and still have the air support as long as you have already built that ship that has that air support. You will be able to, if you decide to change it up, you don't have to change the skin of your ship. You can just lock in a ship, decide what skin you want to run it on all the time. Why do I not have the Prisma for this either? I'm missing so many skins here and I don't know why. Anyway, you decide that you prefer the Mantis, you can equip it and run the air support from the Xiphos or from the Lisette. You can run the Carpet Bomb if you want, or you can run the Med Tower that's supposed to have. I will be leaving that on Sentry Gun and probably leaving it on there. At least for now anyway. It's only 2 weeks away. So finally, new quest, new frame, 3 new weapons, 7 if you include the kick guns, a new moor, an entirely new tile set, a new boss. There is a new currency, lots of new corpus enemies running around, the treasurer who is the one who drops that new currency, but you first need to actually complete this quest before the treasurer will appear and drop the new currency. I've been in exactly 2 missions. In both of those, they have asked, where is the new currency? How do you get a hold of it? And yes, I have answered both times, though I think the host disbanded in the second one just after I typed it, so sadly. But yes, update 28 has brung tons of stuff that, let's just say, finally, there is actually something to do in Warframe. It's not just about the fact that there are new weapons and a new frame to play with in the game. There is also whole new tile sets with all new hidden chambers and areas that we can now go in and investigate and look for all the new hidden goodies, because they're bound to be out there somewhere. Finding them? Well, that's half the fun of doing missions. Finding all the hidden goodies. Because there is probably absolutely tons of them. And the new tile set does look really nice. I mean, I am actually really amazed on how well this came out, considering the Corpus tile set was the original tile set the game came with 7 years ago. Over 7 years ago. And the game has progressed so much further since then that things like this, you would never have expected it back then. But we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.